Haven't seen you all summer. How are you doing?
Paige?
New year, new phone, new Carson. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Carson and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video, I'm going to be getting the COVID vaccine. Now, before we talk all about the vaccine and myths and misconceptions and facts and fake news and all of that jazz, let's do our Duck of the Day shout out. This week, our Duck of the Day shout out goes to Will to Write on Instagram. If you guys don't know Will to Write, what are you doing? He is incredible. He is an avid reader, a writer. He's also into Muay Thai, and he's the only person I've met online who's both into writing and martial arts, which is like, great combination. He wrote a piece using my prompt, passion, from my list of January prompts. Here's that list right here. This year, instead of doing themes over on my Instagram, I'm going to be doing monthly prompts. And if you do one of those prompts, you can win a shout out, or kind of like in my next video, you'll be able to win an interview. And honestly, I love this piece so much. So let's just read it. It's a calling that yearns. It's a calling that burns. It's indescribable, but the feeling is simply incredible. It's the soul's purpose, a guide through life's chaotic circus. A fire within illuminates the way, guiding my actions each and every day. I really enjoyed this piece, not only for the use of alliteration and similar sounding vowels and letters. I love doing that myself, but also just, I love the way he views passion. It's something that's strong and powerful, and I think that that is what passion should be. If you want to check Will out, see what else he posts on Instagram and all that, I'm going to have the links to that in the description bar down below. And while you're down there, you might as well go give this video a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell to be notified whenever I upload, because let's face it, my uploads are chaotic. Alright, now with all that out of the way, let's just jump into it. I'm not gonna lie, this video is very hard for me to make without talking about my job. And if you know me personally, you know I don't like talking about my job on the internet. It's frankly none of your business. But I will say that I do work in a vulnerable sector, which means that I have first priority when it comes to getting the vaccine. And sitting here saying that, I am fully aware that that comes with so much privilege in this pandemic, and I want to acknowledge that right off the bat. Our government should be working a lot harder to make sure that everyone who wants the vaccine can get the vaccine. And hopefully, as the months go on, more vaccine rollout will occur. But as of right now, the day I'm recording this, particularly where I live, vulnerable sector jobs and healthcare workers and the elderly are of the highest priority. And right now, as I'm recording this portion of the video, I haven't gotten the vaccine yet. I'm actually getting it tomorrow. There's a part of me that doesn't want to make this video because editing it is going to be a pain in the ass. And what I mean by that is I am not comfortable watching anyone get any sort of medical treatment. I can't watch someone put a needle in my arm or anyone else's arm. I can't watch anyone get a COVID test. I can't watch most scenes in Grey's Anatomy, even though I'm a huge fan of the show. But I know that there is so many myths and misconceptions going around about this vaccine, and as someone who is in a younger demographic, a demographic that has, let's all be honest, not taken COVID all that seriously, I really wanted to use the platform, I guess, that I have to share my experience and show you guys that there is nothing to be afraid of. That yes, this is a new vaccine, and it is the fastest turnout of a vaccine ever. But it is safe, and it's going to help all of us get back to some sense of normal, because let's be honest, after all of this, there's no way we're ever going to get back to what normal was. So yeah, with all of that said, I'll see you tomorrow.
3 days later.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Why did it take you 3 days to film this part of the video? Where's the clip of you actually getting the vaccine? Why do you have ice cream? When are you getting your next dose? I'm gonna answer all of that and more right now. First of all, the ice cream is a treat for myself, because every time as a kid I would get a vaccine, I would be terrified, and my mother would bribe me with ice cream. So, this is for nostalgia. Secondly, I was not allowed to film myself getting the vaccine because there were signs everywhere saying do not film. I even asked the people there and they said you're not allowed to film it. So here's a montage of me heading to the hospital instead. By the time I got to the hospital, it was about 2:30 and my appointment was at 4 o'clock. So I started wandering around and trying to find the building that I had to get to, and I filmed this.
Alright guys, I'm at the hospital and I am lost. Where the heck am I going? I think I see the building where I'm supposed to be, and I see the number, but I don't know if that's correct.
And then literally 10 seconds after I stopped recording, I saw this building and I immediately had a flashback. Yay, trauma. I had to take a second, kind of go off by myself for a minute. I found a tree and I began to reflect. I was kind of brought back to this place I was 2 years ago. I'd completely forgotten that I had actually been at this hospital that recently. And I was just looking back at to where I was then versus where I'm at now. Going from someone who could barely hold a job, was extremely codependent, and drinking every chance I got, to being sober, happy, and working a job that affords me the opportunity to get a vaccine that millions are begging for right now. And that's when it hit me that what I was doing was historic. But anyway, I find the COVID vaccine building and I wait in line for 15 minutes outside, and I'm really cold because I have the tank top on underneath my coat and I'm freezing. I don't like the cold. I'm kind of the most anti-Canadian in that fashion, but I digress. I go into the building, I give them my health card, and they have me wait outside again for another 30 minutes because I'm too early. That was fun, that was real fun. I get into the building and basically from here on out was like a conveyor belt. They check me in, I go into the second line with a clipboard, filling out this form of medical information and giving my consent. From this form, I found out that the dosage that I'm gonna be receiving is 0.3 milliliters, in case anyone was curious. By the time I'm done filling out the entire form, I hand it off to this other person who starts filling it out onto a computer. They ask me more questions. I asked them if I could film. They said no. I got very disappointed, but also I was okay with that because watching myself get a needle is utterly terrifying to me. They sit me down in this row of chairs. I felt like you're in like a really wide auditorium, but just like, you know how TV shows nowadays, like the talk shows are all spread out with the audience? It kind of felt like that, but instead of a talk show, it was just people getting needles injected into their arms. They call my name and I go sit down, and this woman is the person who's giving me my vaccine. She says, "How are you feeling?" And I say, "Extremely anxious." And I tell her why, that I have fainted from a vaccine in the past, and if you want that story and all of my other fainting stories, let me know in the comments below and maybe I'll make a video about it in the future. But anyway, she asks me, "What are you most excited to get back to once COVID's over?" And I looked at her and I said, "Is it bad that this pandemic has been the best thing for me?" And she looks at me dead in the eye like this and she goes, "Don't feel bad about that." The validation I felt in that moment, oh, so good. She asked me to look away, and I look away, and this other guy from a different section comes over to me. He's like, "You're gonna be fine, girl," because he could see I was shaking and very, very anxious. And I said, "You know what? There is something I would really love to do once this pandemic's over. I would love to see all my friends." Shout out to my friends, you all rock. And by the time I finished that sentence, the needle was already in and out. I didn't even feel it. Like, I felt the pinch, but I didn't even feel it go out. It was painless. They bandaged me up and they sit me in the front row by a wall because I'm a faint risk. Also, I forgot to mention that before I got the vaccine, they asked me if I wanted to take it lying down, and I said no because I thought that would cause me to faint. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking up at the ceiling because there's not much else you can do. And I'm like, you know what? The ceiling looks so pretty. I'm gonna write a poem about it. Here it is, right here. And if you wanna go check out all my other poetry and all my other content, follow my social media. The links will be in the description bar down below. I'm sitting there, I'm writing, and by the time I'm done writing this poem, they call my name. They gave me back my health card because they confiscated it when I filled out the form. And they're like, yeah, come back in 3 weeks. We'll get your next dose. Everything's good. Everything's gonna be fine. It's not like you're gonna have a delay in the shipments of the vaccine, right?
There's a significant delay in Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine delivery. Canada expecting to see a 75% drop in Pfizer vaccines over the coming weeks. The unexpected schedule change leaving provinces empty-handed and desperate for other suppliers.
I then left the room and went into the bathroom and filmed this. Yes, I'm in the bathroom. All right, guys. Just got the vaccine about 20 minutes ago. I was not allowed to film it like I thought I would. I have more to say when I get home, but right now, 20 minutes in, I'm feeling the most tension in my forearm of the arm that I actually got the vaccine. I got it on my right side, which is my more dominant side, because I sleep on my less dominant side. So yeah, I chose to suffer at work tomorrow rather than suffer through sleep. Yeah. Good decisions I made. Yeah, I have more to say when I get home, so I'll see you then. So yeah, that was pretty much my experience getting the COVID-19 vaccine. So what are the side effects? How long do these side effects last? Is it safe? These are the questions that you all kept asking me on Instagram and Twitter, so I'm gonna answer them for you right now. Be mindful what I'm about to say is partially the facts and partially what I experienced, so take that for what it is. The main side effects that you can expect from the Pfizer vaccine are any side effects you'd get with any other vaccine. Soreness at the injection site, a fever, stiff muscles, things like that. What I personally experienced was, at first, pain in my arm right here. And I don't know why that's the case. Someone else who got the vaccine also told me they had the same pain in their arm. I don't know. I felt a lot of pain in my arm the day after to the point I couldn't lift it higher than this. And as the days have gone on, it's gotten better and better and better. And now, my arms are great. I also experienced some muscle spasming in my neck, which was not fun. But that was pretty much all I personally experienced from the vaccine. These symptoms tend to last from 3 to 5 days after you get the vaccine. So that's part of the reason why I took 3 days to film this part, so I could film it when I was out of that buffer zone of not feeling great. Is the vaccine safe? Yes, the vaccine is 100% safe. They wouldn't be administering it if it wasn't safe. They wouldn't be administering it if it was not 95% effective. I've also seen a lot of concern from people about why is this vaccine coming out so quickly? Well, because it's SARS. And they've been working on a SARS vaccine since 2003 with the last epidemic. Sorry, I almost said pandemic. That word has just been ingrained into my vocabulary. If you want more information regarding the vaccine from factual, legitimate sources, I'm gonna have some in the description of this video, but please also do more research and understand that each vaccine is going to have different ingredients. So if you have a medical allergy, look into which vaccine is going to be the best for you. With all that said, that's pretty much the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. And if this video was insightful for you or changed your opinion about this COVID-19 vaccine, please let me know in the comments and share this video with people who may need to see this. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil.